All right, so for your first problem, you got one of these 7 questions. So I'm going to go through one example of each. Yours will probably look different than this, unless you get lucky. So first one, how many outcomes are there? You're just going to count either from this row here or this row here. Either way is fine. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 total outcomes that could happen. The next one is how many, I need an eraser, not that. How many outcomes involve landing on B and an even number? So I'm looking for B with an even number, which I have B with 2, so that's even, and B with 4, which is even. So there are 2 options here. The next one is how many outcomes involve landing on a number other than 2. So I do not want to pick anything that has a 2 in it. So that means that I cannot use that one or this one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options that I could use. You could have also gotten this kind of problem. A peaceful travel agency offers vacation packages. Each vacation package uses a city, a month, and an airline. The agency has 4 cities, 1 month, and 3 airlines to choose from. So how many different vacation packages do they offer? You can use that counting principle here. So I have 4 cities, 1 month, and 3 airlines. And the principle just says to multiply those together. So 4 times 1 is 4, times 3 is 12. So there would be 12 different packages that you could choose from. All right, next one. When ordering the kids' lunch at Burger Universe, the customer must choose a size, whether or not to have cheese, a type of bun, a side order, and a type of fruit drink. So here, you're going to have, we're trying to figure out the possibilities. So again, we're going to use that counting principle. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 options here, 2 options here, 2, 3, 4, and 4. And I'm just going to multiply those together. So to find my answer, I would do 4 times 2 times 2 times 4 times 4, which when I do that, you will get 2, 4, 4, 256 total options. The next one. A toy company is going to issue new ID codes to its employees. Each code will have 1 letter followed by 5 digits. So I'm going to have my code is a letter followed by 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says that digits 2 and 6 will not be used, so there are 26 letters. So I have 26 options in my letter spot and 8 digits. 8, 8, 8. Ooh, where'd that all go? There we go. Assume that the digits can be repeated. How many different ID codes could be generated? Again, using that counting principle, we know that we need to multiply all of these together. So I'm going to have 26 times 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8, giving me 851,968 total options. The next one we could have had is there's a 2-letter password from the letters A, B, and C. So I have 3 options here. The password cannot have the same letter repeated in it. So in my first spot here, I have the choices of A, B, or C. So I have 3 options. In my second letter, I can only, if I used A, let's say here, then the only choices I have left are B and C. So I would multiply those together, again, using that, using the counting principle. 3 times 2 is 6 options. Next, sample spaces. So a number cube with faces labeled from 1 through 6 are going to be rolled 1 time. Give the sample space describing all of the possible outcomes. So your sample space is going to be any possible option. So any option. And for a dice, your options then are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The event of rolling a number from 3 to 6 would be 3, 4, 5, and 6. Finally, you could have gotten a question that looks like this. So I am tossing a coin twice, and each toss will be recorded as heads and tails. So first, we're going to list out that sample space. So I get a heads, and on my second toss, I could get a heads, or I could get a heads, and then a tails, or I could get a tails and then a heads, or a tails and a tails. Next question is the event that I toss a tail first. And the times that I toss a tail first are tails with heads and tails with tails. Don't need, let's back up here. There shouldn't have been a comma there. There we go. So I have these two options where I get tails first. So in that event, my only options, if I'm going to get tails first, would be tails and then heads, or tails and then tails. So that is the problems that you could have gotten for question number